Well, the temperature has dropped significantly here in central Wisconsin, but the cold is no match for the fire that these teams and fans have shown pregame here in Mosinee. 32 teams find themselves in the Division 4 postseason bracket, as the regular season is all but a distant memory, and the only thing that matters, survive and advance. The stage is set, and it's almost time to open the curtains for what should be a fantastic show that you don't want to miss a second of here on Zaleski Sports. It's the visiting Turner Trojans taking on the home Mosinee Indians, and we've got it right here on Zaleski Sports. Thank you so much for tuning in here tonight. My name is Connor Philippi, and just a stone's throw here from a few major cities in central Wisconsin, here in Mosinee, Wisconsin. And they are the 2 seed here tonight, the 2 versus 7 matchup. As the first thing we'll do is take a look here at this postseason bracket. Again, Division 4 all across the state of Wisconsin. And Mosinee and Turner both in quadrant 3 of this bracket. And this can all be found on maxpreps.com and Zaleski Sports as well if you want to follow along throughout the course of this game, as the winner of this one will face the winner of Evansville and Shoreland Lutheran, That'll be happening here tonight also at 7 p.m. and we'll have to see what we can do to keep track of that game. We don't have it here on Zaleski, so I'll have to see what I can do to get updates and provide you with updates on that. But we are just about ready to get things started. We'll take a look at both of these two teams, and we'll start with the home Mosinee Indians. They are 7-2 so far this season. They finished 6-1 in their conference and won the Great Northern Conference, just edging out Tomahawk, who are also 6-1. And they're coming off of a 5-game win streak. They defeated Wausau East, Tomahawk, Rhinelander, Antego, and Medford, all conference teams, to finish out their slate. An impressive conference that they are a part of. Taking a look here at the keys to the game that were graciously provided to me by Kyle Stoffel, the head coach of this Mosinee Indians team. Was able to talk to both head coaches briefly before the game here tonight, so thank you to them for their cooperation. But keys to the game, first of all, it's important to Mosinee. They're very healthy right now. No major injuries have happened since week 5. They're coming into it in a crucial stretch of this season healthy. Main thing was being to stop their read option. They spread the ball out a lot, and so that was a big point for Mosinee's coach, is being able to stop that spread. On top of that, being able to stop the run with the front 7, not give up any big plays in the secondary. And they want to establish the run offensively because this Turner team likes to blitz. And they want to pick up those blitzes, and if they are able to pick up those blitzes, they should have some explosive plays in this matchup. A few players that Mosinee wanted to highlight here in this game: Gavin Cliver, Brady Black, Dakota Olson, Michael Madela, and Marquise Pisecki have all been consistent blockers on the O-line. On top of that, Braden McCodlow and Caden Ludwig have stepped up in the defensive front to allow them to get to other guys some rest. And having a little bit more depth is a big thing for some of these smaller central Wisconsin teams. Turn things over here to the away team, the Turner Trojans. They're 4-5 on the season, finished 2-4 in a very strong conference of their own in the Capital Football Conference. They're playing teams like Columbus, Lodi, Lake Mills, some very good teams in that conference. And so for Turner, they finish off their season. As we take a look here at their last few games on the schedule, they finished off with 2 losses to that Lodi and Columbus teams, but again, very good teams, top seeds in their respective divisions as well. But important keys to the game for them. And again, just like with Mosinee, the head coach Grant McLean, very gracious of him to talk to me before the game. Big things were win at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, win the turnover battle, which is always important. They also stress limiting explosive plays on offense and find opportunities to hit those big plays on offense. And he said they had various guys on offense that can get the ball for big plays, and it makes them hard to defend. And again, blitzing, we'll see if Mosinee does that as well on that side of the ball. So defensively, they have a good number of experienced guys. They've been 2-3 year starters, and their linebacker crew is their strength. So watch those guys potentially making plays all over the field. Wanted to highlight Jackson Walinga doing an outstanding job at that quarterback position, commanding the offense. Talked about his preparation and competitiveness, and that's what rallied this team around him. Talked also boasting their offensive line, Turner did, and so we'll see if that battle of the trenches ended up being a big part of this game as Mosinee heads out of the tunnel. Alejandro Rodriguez, Keon Smith have been a great 1-2 punch for them in the running back positions. Bray Hurd, Case Arrett, and Peyton Tucker stepping up at wide receiver, and again, those linebackers, Carter Atkinson, Chris Spencer, and Adriel Salazar will be big pieces for this team on defense. As it looks like we're getting ready for the pregame festivities here from Mosinee.
Welcome, football fans.
As the PA starts talking here, and we'll send it over to him.
Division 4 Level 1 football playoffs. Representing the Capital Conference are the Turner Trojans. And representing the Great Northern Conference are your very own Mosinee Indians. The winner of tonight's game advances to Level 2 to play the winner of Evansville and Shoreland Lutheran. Mosinee High School, Turner High School, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship and education-based athletic events. Good sportsmanship is a responsibility of everyone in attendance tonight. Promotion of good sportsmanship at any high school event should include a demonstration of respect for opponents, coaches, and officials. Good sportsmanship is the cornerstone of a quality athletic program. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand, remove your hats, and place your hand over your heart for the singing of our national anthem by the Mosinee High School Concert Choir. The colors tonight are presented by the Mosinee VFW. And now, let's welcome the starting defense for the Turner Trojans. At linebacker, a senior, number 0, Adriel Salazar. At defensive back, a senior, number 2, Ryan Thomas. At defensive back, a junior, number 3, Avid Martin. At linebacker, a senior, number 7, Carter Atkinson. At defensive back, a senior, number 17, Jackson Wallinga. At defensive back, a junior, number 18, Peyton Tucker. At linebacker, a senior, number 21, Chris Spencer. At linebacker, a senior, number 24, Alejandro Rodriguez. At defensive tackle, a sophomore, number 50, Caden Jordan. At defensive end, a senior, number 56, Jade Kasike. At defensive end, a junior, number 66, Aiden Moore. The Trojans are coached by Grant McLean and assisted by Juan Reyes, Russ Hayes, Brady Card, Connor Hughes, Justin Hansen, and Sean McMillan. And now, let's welcome the starting offense for the Mosinee Indians. At wide receiver, a junior, number 1, Braden Reitke. At quarterback, a senior, number 3, Tree Stoffel. At wide receiver, a senior, number 7, Omar Ingram. At running back, a senior, number 9, Carter Fondre. At wide receiver, a senior, number 10, Mitchell Mickling. At wide receiver, a senior, number 15, Alex Stepke. At center, a senior, number 52, Dakota Olsen. At left tackle, a senior, number 62, Marquise Paisaki. At right guard, a junior, number 70, Gavin Cliver. At left guard, a junior, number 74, Michael Madoff. And at right tackle, a senior, number 77, Brady Black. The Indians are coached by Kyle Stoffel and assisted by Todd Stoffel, Greg Jensen, Kevin Sanchez, Josh Howe, David Dunai, and Ben Coates. Turner won the toss and deferred to the second half. Mosinee will be receiving.
And so there you have it. All that's left to do is kick things off here from Mosinee, Wisconsin. And again, we thank you so much for tuning in here on Zaleski Sports. My name is Connor Philippi, bringing you the call here tonight. And tonight's game brought to you by Seifert Electrical Services in Central Wisconsin. They have the best in residential, commercial, and industrial electrical services. From simple jobs to new construction and thermal imaging projects to identify electrical problems. For all of your electrical needs, look to Seifert Electric. Kyle Stoffel, head coach of Mosinee, talking to his squad as they head out onto the field. They won the toss and deferred to the second half, and so we'll see these Turner Trojans for the first time here tonight. Or excuse me, I said the opposite. It will be the Trojans kicking off. I apologize. I thought I had heard Mosinee had deferred. But it will be Mosinee on offense for the first time here tonight. Ready or not, here we go. As Wisconsin High School playoff football is in the air. Returning this one to start things off. A pretty decent return that time. That time for Omar Ingram, as he's going to get all the way down to about the 36-yard line.
Where it's 1st and 10, Mosinee.
And so we'll see our first look here at this Mosinee offense. Last 3 games, 41, 41, and 48 points. This offense has been fantastic. We'll see if they can continue that as we start here tonight. Dropping back here for the pass. Or excuse me, he's going to take it. He's going to cut back upfield and get tackled after a gain of about 3 or 4.
Tackle on the play, number 21, Chris Spencer.
And Chris Spencer will make that tackle. 2nd and 6
from the 40.
From the 40-yard line, and containing those kinds of plays will be huge for Turner. Again, we talked about the battle of the trenches early on here in the pregame show. Both of these teams can definitely throw the football, but the run game, as always, will be key, as right away slicing through defenders for a pickup of about 10-ish yards, if not more. And that will be the first down of the game. And you just see the speed there on that run. And it's just so difficult, as Carter Fondre was the one to run it, just so difficult to stop when you make that first cut. Once again, cutting through defenders for a gain of about 8. Again, Fondre. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You get past that first line of defense, and you've got that speed of Fondre. All it takes is getting through that initial line, and you almost instantly get 7 or 8 yards. And that's why those home run plays are so dangerous that the Trojans are going to try and stop, is because all it takes, you make 1 or 2 cuts, and it feels like he's gone. So another second and manageable here from the 40-yard line of Turner. Easily got into the opposing side of the field, as once again running forward, picking up about 6 yards, as Fondre already with some strong running in this game.
Result of the play makes it 1st and 10, Mosinee.
It'll be at about the 33-yard line here for Mosinee, as we see the Mosinee faithful and some Turner supporters on that side of the field. Interesting vantage point here from Mosinee, the only seating on that side. And so we see everyone in attendance over there on a cold day. Dropping back here for the pass. He's wide open, and he's got him! Touchdown for Mosinee! Stoffel finds Mitchell Micklig for the first 6 points of this game. Mosinee rolls offensively on the first possession. And that one was queued up from the beginning. Stoffel saw that wide open, able to sneak through, and you have 6 or 7 straight running plays. Those opportunities are going to come, because Turner has no choice but to keep stacking more and more on that box. And that gives you an opportunity for an impromptu pass over the middle for a wide open touchdown. And the second seed, showing why they have the second seed early on here tonight, as this kick is up and right down the middle. 9:18 left on the clock. And so only a few minutes going by in that first possession. Mosinee strikes first. And we'll be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfein Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
And we welcome you back here to Zaleski Sports. About a 34-yard touchdown pass from Treve Stoffel to Mitchell Micklig to start things off here. And we've got a 7-0 lead for the home team here from Zaleski Sports. Thanks again for tuning in as we continue to do scoreboard watching all throughout the state of Wisconsin. And so I always encourage you to make your makeshift Sunday NFL ticket. If you got a phone, laptop, a TV, well, you can watch at least 3 games at once, and we encourage you to do so here on Zaleski, as this one will be returned by Turner, trying to get that edge and eventually being pushed out of bounds right near the 30-yard line up to about the 33.
Tackle on the play, number 6, Bryson Spakus.
So that was Peyton Tucker on the return as the Turner Trojans come out onto the field. Peyton Tucker, a do-it-all player, as a junior here for this Turner team, as he plays as a backup QB, but also plays wide receiver, as a defensive back, and a punt returner. And so we will see Jackson Walenga and this Trojans offense get to work here already in a hole. We saw a lot of fire from them pregame, a lot of pregame speeches. This team is hungry to try and prove something here tonight. And so 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Start things off offensively for the Trojans. Looks like we got Rodriguez in the backfield to start things off. And he will take it. Trying to fight through, but it's going to be a gain of only 1 or 2.
Alejandro Rodriguez on the carry. Tackle on the play. The number 70, Gavin.
And it looks like Cliver made that tackle, one of those impact players. And head coach Kyle Stoffel talking about him more on the offensive side of the ball, but he is one of those two-way players that make such a big impact for this Mosinee team. And so 2nd and 8. And this one will be handed off once again. Able to cut through this time and pick up the first down. Nice legs there from Alejandro Rodriguez.
Rodriguez on the carry.
As we see him slice through defenders, and same thing on the Mosinee side. Able to make that first stop or first cut, and then using that speed, and he's already passed the line to gain. He has been huge for them so far this season. And this team stresses togetherness and gaining energy from each other. There's no one player that puts the game on their back as well as Rodriguez has played this season. They all have one collective energy as a group, as being tackled about 4 or 5 yards behind the line, as that was once again Gavin Cliver. And so 2 impact plays early on so far here tonight for Cliver. And it looks like they're going to rule him down around the 43-yard line. It looked like he was tackled a little bit further back from my perspective, but perhaps a knee was down earlier than I thought. And so we've got still a 2nd and very long here, 2nd and 13 from inside Turner territory. Walenga surveying his options here. He's going to hand this one to the outside. Smith is able to get a little bit past that initial line of scrimmage, but not much further than that. And so still a good play to get a little bit more breathing room, but it will still set up a 3rd and long here for the Trojans at the 46-yard line. And so one of those interesting situations for a run-heavy team to decide what they want to do here. 3rd and 9. Walenga will drop back. He'll throw it. It gets tipped at the line, and that's a nice play by Mitchell Micklig, who jumped up and batted it down.
Mitchell Micklig.
And so we'll never know if that one would have been on target. But for Micklig's sake, I always like to think that would have been a first down regardless. And so we'll see what Turner decides to do here. It looks like they're in punting formation. There's no one back for Mosinee. And so it looks like they're going to stay in punting formation. And we'll see if they're just going to hope for a good bounce. And now heading back is going to be Treve Stoffel. He'll go back to try and return it before he can. It gets pinned around the 18-yard line, or actually a little bit further back. And now it gets walked back all the way up to about the 21 or 22. And so after a solid first offensive campaign, Mosinee right back out onto the field. This presentation of Zaleski Sports brought to you by Bill's Service Center. Check out the Polaris and Can-Am side-by-sides and ATVs at Bill's Service Center. Families that ride together have fun together. Bill's Service in Center and Stratford. Or excuse me, Bill's Service Center in Stratford. I got there. And so Mosinee back on the offensive. And Turner was hoping to score quickly to respond. They weren't able to do so, as trying to muscle forward for a couple more, but getting about 2 on the play for Mosinee. It's Jordan that made that stop, and that'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Second and 7 from the 25.
So again, Turner not wanting to get behind too early in this one with how Mosinee's run the ball all season long. On top of that, see a lot of two-way players on both sides of the ball, and typically the team that has the most offensive time on the field wears out the other team significantly more. It's a lot more taxing to play uphill defense, as this one is going to be a run out to the outside. It was a toss to the outside, but then ran along the sideline for the first down. It was Stepke, but there is a flag on the field. And we'll see what this play is here, as 3 refs are talking here. It's looking at least like Turner is expecting to stay where they are.
12-yard gain.
As we continue to wait here on the signal.
12 yards on the pass.
And here we go now. It is going to be a penalty against Turner. And that will set up still a first down for Mosinee. And so just like that, it's already at about the 47-yard line. They're at risk of allowing Mosinee right back into their territory after just 2 plays. 5:28 remaining here in the first quarter on the Dahl Automotive scoreboard, as Stoffel leads his offense on another first down. As this one is going to be taken himself by Stoffel, and he will fall forward for about 4 yards. And it shows the strength of your offensive line when you can describe it as falling forward for 4 yards. I mean, that was one of those where it felt like he got stonewalled and still picked up almost half the yards for a first down. Second and 6, now inside Turner territory at the 49. Mosinee dominating time of possession early on, as Stoffel takes it himself again and again, got wrapped up and still falls forward for another 2 or 3 yards.
Tackle on the play by number 21, Chris Spencer.
Spencer making that tackle.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
As again, we remind you, Mosinee part of the third quadrant here of this D4 tournament, and they'll play the winner of Evansville and Shoreland Lutheran. So we'll do what we can to get updates on that game as it goes on. Again, that's not a Zaleski covered game, and so we'll see if we can find those updates as they happen, and we'll update you on them if we can. We got a 3rd and 3 here inside Turner territory. Motion. Dropping, and that one is dropped by Reinke. And that one was one you can't really blame on him. It was off his hands, but it was not on target. Certainly something that you could in theory bring in, but also can't really call it a drop. It looked like it was behind him. as he was cutting back inside. But it looks like Mosinee going for it here on 4th and 3. Early on, a big play for this Turner defense. They will blitz, throw it to the right, and pick up the first down. Looks like that one was Stepke. And so, again, another key to the game that we talked about, Mosinee and Kyle Stoffel, the head coach, talking about being able to pick up those blitzes. And we talked about limiting those big home run plays, but the other thing you have to keep an eye on if you're a blitz-heavy team is those dump-offs to the right or left. Create situations where you've got one-on-one matchups on the outsides of the field when you blitz so heavy, and certainly a team that's capable of yards, maybe getting the first down. We'll see here. Another tackle here for Tucker. But it's just one of those situations where you got Treef Stoffel, a 6'4", 200-pound quarterback.
Result of the play makes it
as that is a first down. Carter Fondre, 5'9", 200 pounds. And you've got kind of that combination of a strong, capable quarterback that can run kind of middle of the field. And you've got the speed of Fondre, and it's just kind of such a difficult thing to defend against. You usually see the 1-2 punch for two running backs that are power running back and speed-based running back, and here's another run for about 4 yards. Stoffel takes it himself once again.
Gain of 5 on the play, makes it 2nd and 5.
And so looks like about 4 yards on that play. 2:21 remaining here in this first quarter, one dominated so far by Mosinee. Got Fondre back there once more. He's taking it, dropping back is Stoffel. He floats it up, and another touchdown for Mosinee. This time it's Alex Stepke. The senior finds the senior as Stepke finds his way into the end zone. And both of those passing plays for touchdowns looked all too easy for this Mosinee team. And once again, it just felt like the Trojans were caught flat-footed, running the ball all the way down the field. And then it's just that unexpected pass play, and it's pretty much the exact same area of the field as that first drive. And so another extra point attempt. It's invaluable for teams at this area or this point of the season to have those dedicated kickers on your squad. You don't see that very often. As this one is up, and it is good. And so Mosinee, 2 drives and 2 touchdowns, both of them touchdown passes from Treef Stoffel. And this one going to Alex Stepke, and we'll be back in just a few moments here on Zaleski Sports.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Dahl Automotive. For your next new vehicle purchase, check out Dahl Honda and Dahl Chrysler in Stevens Point. With these 2 dealerships, you're sure to find just the vehicle you're looking for. Browse their selection online or just stop in person and see yourself at Dahl Honda just off Stanley Street and at Dahl Chrysler on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. Mosinee up 14-0 after 2 dominant drives offensively. And so already catch-up time for these Turner Trojans.
Gus Miller on the kickoff.
And so this one sent away. Return here for Turner. And able to get right around the 35-yard line.
Peyton Tucker on the return. Tackle on the play of number 7, Omar Ingram.
And so we'll see if these Trojans can pick themselves up here as we do one of our look-ins to some other Zaleski sports action. Number 6, St. Mary Catholic going up against Bondul, the 3 seed. And it is 7-7 knotted up early on in that one. About 10:40 remaining in the second quarter of that matchup. St. Mary Catholic, one of our hard knocks teams this season. And so another one of those teams to check out on your phone if you're watching this on your TV. And a whistle blown here as it looks like it is going to be called against Mosinee. I saw an arm going towards Mosinee's way, but we'll have to see here. Unless they were just pointing to the other ref.
Indication is.
And it looks like it is going to be on Mosinee. Offside is called. Excuse me. And so Turner getting a little bit of a break there. They're going to want to start off these drives with some positive gains here, as that 3-yard sack on their second session there, cutting through and able to pick up about 16 yards is Alejandro Rodriguez. Just as I talked about an impact play, he makes one.
16-yard gain.
And so to go back to that point I was making, for the Trojans, those negative plays that we saw in their first drive offensively just cannot continue to happen for them, as this battle of the trenches is so important. They want to be able to at least pick up 1 or 2 at the very least on every play, as this one is going to be right around the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Picked up there by Olenga. And so that will set up about a 2nd and 9. Yeah, establishing this running game consistently is going to be huge. We've seen Rodriguez break 2, a few stuffed. We'll see if they can get a consistent rhythm going here. It looks like we're already starting to see some cramping as this ball is fumbled and it's still on the ground. It looks like they whistled early. As this ball, from what I heard, it looked like there might have been a premature whistle on the play.
By Turner.
And Turner recovered it. And so what happened there was it looked like Alejandro Rodriguez fell on top of the ball but never recovered it. And it looked like they blew the whistle then instead of waiting for the play. And because that whistle was blown, there's really nothing you can do. And it looked to me like Mosinee recovered that ball, but the whistle was blown too early. So we still have a 3rd and long, though, right around midfield. But obviously that potential field position change, should Turner not pick this up, heading to the outside and falling forward, but just able to get past the original line of scrimmage. It'll set up a 4th and about 8 yards to go. And so in Mosinee territory, but just barely. We'll see what Turner does here. 2 dominant possessions for Mosinee to start out, as there is a timeout here. We'll take a quick one with them and be back here on Zaleski Sports.
Price and a company that stands behind their products? You will find Wolfcraft, Ashley, Marshfield Furniture, and more.
Looking to get the best sleep of your life? We have a mattress for you. Get a 15-year non-paraded high-bred mattress for only 25 cents a night, and we also carry adjustable beds. When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses, it's easy. Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports, a potentially huge 4th down play upcoming, as it wasn't a timeout called, it was the end of the first quarter, and so we start quarter 2 here on Zaleski. And we thank you again for tuning in. Heading over to another one of our look-ins here on Zaleski Sports. Rice Lake playing Kaukauna. Rice Lake up 22-14. Kaukauna trying to pull off that upset. They are the 7 seed. And that one is in the third quarter. The Rice Lake games starting, I believe that started at 7, and so that one's kind of in the later stages than this one. But we'll keep an eye on those ones and bring you to them. But we have a 4th and about 8. Huge play here for Turner. And a whistle will be blown. And a timeout taken by Turner.
Their first of the half.
And you don't see that very often, taking a timeout off of the end of the first quarter timeout. And so a double-decker timeout. We'll take another one with them and be back here on Zaleski. Lifestyle Tax and Accounting LLC is a family-owned business serving the Mosinee and central Wisconsin area. We provide dependable, accurate, and affordable tax preparation and accounting for all of your needs. And so 4th and 8, take 3 here. It was the end of the first, and then another timeout called by Turner. They want to make sure they get this play right because this is a potentially game-changing play. Turner down 14. They already have their backs against the wall early on in this one. Dropping back, now trying to escape, throwing this one deep, and it is incomplete.
18 and 2 for 18.
And not sure if that one was knocked away. Once again, Treef Stoffel was in on that play, and he was at the very least able to get a hand on it as it was kind of underthrown from where the intended receiver was. But you just can't blame Turner for making the decision to go for that area of the field. Defense has been struggling, just trying to keep them off the field for a few more plays. As the region's most trusted auto body shop, 51 Auto Body offers years of professional experience in a well-equipped shop. If you're looking for quality auto body repair, visit the experts at 51 Auto Body Inc. today, as this one is going to be a run straight up the middle and able to dive forward for a few more yards. That time was once again Carter Fondre.
Tackle on the play, number 24, Alejandro.
And that's going to be a pickup of about 8 yards again. And it looks like closer to 7. They're actually going to give them closer to 6 on the play. And so 2nd and 6. Already within Turner territory after the turnover on downs. Fondre once again in the backfield. Motion there by Ingram as running straight forward once again. Looks like a bit short of the first down, but we'll set up another 3rd and very manageable 3rd and 1. And we talked about on the Turner side the importance of getting at least 2 or 3 on every play. And these Mosinee Indians have been doing exactly that. 3rd and 1 with a tight formation, just taking himself is Stoffel, and he will get there. And so that battle of the trenches continues to become important. Again, when you have that size from Stoffel, 6'4", 200 pounds, it just makes it so difficult to stop on a QB keep like that. And so 1st and 10 now here from the 42-yard line of the Trojans. And a flag will eventually be called here as the Trojans just trying to do anything they can to stack this box, and it's a blitz-heavy package, and they continue to send those numbers on running plays as well, and that time they just jumped a little bit too much, getting overzealous, trying to get a head start against this offense. 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 5. As dropping back here is Stoffel. He'll float this one up and over. This one's caught and breaking free. Daylight for the touchdown. Omar Ingram, the 3rd passing touchdown of the game for Treef Stoffel. Omar Ingram caught it, put on the Jets. Already was pretty split between two defenders. That's a 37-yard touchdown.
Gus Miller on to attempt the extra point.
20-0 with potential for 21 here on the extra point attempt. Gus Miller, the place kicker for Mosinee. He's, well, I know the rules. I'll stop talking for just a second. And this one is up and good.
Extra point is good.
I know Al Michaels jinxed one last night. I'm not going to do the same here in Mosinee, but we will take it to another break here and be back. Mosinee leads 21-0 here on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
CTI is Central Wisconsin's go-to for sports training, from baseball, football, softball, volleyball, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. No matter what sport you're looking to improve at, CTI can help. Just stop in and see what they have to offer. It's CTI in Mosinee. And so another kickoff coming here from Mosinee. They lead 21-0. Take a quick look here at another Zaleski Sports game here. It is DC Everest, the 5 seed in that side of the bracket, going up against Brookfield East, the 4 seed. 7-6 in favor of Brookfield East. A defensive battle so far in that one, as this one's going to be scooped up by Turner, able to split a few defenders there. A good return all the way up to around the 45-yard line. That's Tucker, as he is able to get some better field position here for Turner. And it feels like this is a situation where they need a spark. Alejandro Rodriguez has really been the main spark for this team so far here tonight, but that really has only resulted in a couple first downs. They need to find a way to either get him a big impact play, maybe even hit a home run, or they need to start establishing a more consistent run attack, maybe even get some balls aired out as well. It's time to throw the gauntlet at this Mosinee defense if you're the Trojans. And handing this one off once again. Held up there, looked like on the tackle was Caden Ludwig.
Alejandro Rodriguez on the carry.
And so
number 55, Caden Ludwig.
It will be a gain of just about one.
Makes it
Second and 9 for Turner. And it's been kind of all or nothing running the football here for the Trojans. If Rodriguez is able to get past that initial line of defense, it feels like he's running for 10 or 15 yards. If not, he's stonewalled at the line. Walanga will now take it himself and get nowhere. Stonewalled again, this time for no gain at all. Actually, it might be, no, just about at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long now here for the Trojans.
Walinga on the carry. Tackle on the play by McCodlow.
It is Braden McCodlow, the
Third.
sophomore, 6'4", 225. Number 84 for Mosinee. And we see that height and that power from him on that play, and we see it on that right side of the line on your screen. And so another 3rd and long from right around this same area of the field. Dropping back here is Walanga. He's able to get out of one and then gets swallowed. And it was once again number 55, Caden Ludwig, picking up the sack. There's a couple other Mosinee players that wanted that one, and able to slip out of a couple that time was Walenga, but eventually couldn't get out of it. And it is another punt situation up, as Mosinee dominating here tonight. 7:44 and counting here in this second quarter. Turner will receive the ball at the end, or the beginning of the second half. High snap, sending it away though, nicely by Carter Atkinson. And this one will bounce. Mosinee smartly clears all their players away. And they are back on the offensive, already up 21. As we will stay with you here and thank another one of our Zaleski Sports sponsors. All Roads Real Estate in Mosinee brings you a great blend of experience and knowledge with local realtors who support this community, schools, and programs. For buying, selling, renting, or commercial, let All Roads Real Estate lead you home. And Mosinee happy to be home so far here tonight, as they've put on a show for these Mosinee faithful in the crowd. It's a cold night, and so hats off to everyone who showed up, but if not, hopefully you're here on Zaleski cheering on your team. Another catch. Looks like it was Reinke that time. Able to pick up about 8 yards. And so that'll set up out a 2nd and 3.
7-yard gain makes it 2nd and 3.
And so Turner's got to find some way for a play behind the line. This battle of the trenches won so much by Mosinee so far here tonight. And there's some penetration by Turner, able to get out of it momentarily, and then throwing it along the sideline. It is incomplete. And so Stoffel at least able to escape in order to throw it away. And so no loss on the play to set up a third manageable. So good head on his shoulders that time, even without an impact play. And so a third and manageable for Mosinee. We got 2 potential receivers on the near side of your screen. Looks like that's Micklig and Balgord. Throwing this one and able to get past the line to gain. And Fondre doing his job in the receiving game as well. Able to just get past that line to gain. And that will send things to the 45-yard line after a 6-yard gain. We got 8 total games here streaming on Zaleski Sports here tonight. Throwing this one and incomplete there. Intended for Omar Ingram, and just a little bit ahead of him that time. One of the few mistakes for Mosinee so far here tonight. Checking in here on Amherst versus Lancaster. Amherst up 22-7. And that is about 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Amherst, a very strong defensive team, and so no surprise they've only given up 7 so far here tonight. So they're one of the top-ranked teams in our Zaleski rankings all season long. 2nd and 10, as taking it himself once again, cutting it up to the midfield and being tackled after a gain of about 5 is Stoffel. Tucker with another stop there.
From the 49.
And so that'll set up a 3rd and 6. And so a rare Third and medium here for Mosinee. Once again, see Michael Micklig on the near side of your screen. Dropping back again is Stoffel, and he's going to just dump this one off and able to make one man miss, a couple more, and he's going to break free and eventually get tackled. But a big gain there. Looks like the touchdown saving tackle was made that time by, I believe, Owen McKinney, so good job by him to at least stop the touchdown. But another big gain, looks like 32 yards, has Carter Fondre once again taking over this game. And it's just one of those situations where you put too much real estate trying to defend those wide receivers after multiple deep touchdowns to start off this game, and now thrown and incomplete. But you have to dedicate more guys to be on those players because you gave up 3 touchdowns in a row off those deeper throws, and then that creates so much space for a potential dump off. I mean, there was no one in the vicinity. He was already well past the first down line before he even met anyone. And then you make one move past a guy that it's unfair to put anyone one-on-one against Fondre, and he's off to the races. 2nd and 10 here, 5:15 remaining in the second quarter from the 20-yard line. Excuse me, the 19-yard line. Stoffel will hand it off once again to Fondre. He breaks off another one, and it's a 1st and goal from right around the 4-yard line. Again, we see one initial cut, and just like that, you blink your eyes, and he's 10 yards down the field.
Result of the play makes it 1st and goal, Mosinee.
Bargord getting a rest as Reinke will come in for him on a substitution. Again, 1st and goal from the 4. Mosinee trying to put up potentially 4 touchdowns in this first half. Same formation here with Fondre in the backfield. It will go to him. He's able to get past one guy initially and fall forward. Doesn't pick up much. And we see again a nice tackle by McKinney. Again, he was the one that stopped the initial run that would have went for a touchdown, or I guess a dump off reception, I should say. And so another 2nd and goal, this time from the 3 after the 1-yard gain. Balgord and Stepke out wide with Ingram up top as there's some motion, and diving into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Carter Fondre picks up his first rushing touchdown of the night. And Mosinee getting it done through the air and now on the ground for their 4th touchdown of the night. 27-0 and a PAT coming. Kyle Stoffel excited for his team on the bench, as it's business as usual for them so far in this game, as this one is up and through to make it 28-0 here with about 3:54 remaining in the first half. Be sure to check out boundwisconsin.com for scores, standings, stats, and written content throughout the week. I get my stats from www.boundwisconsin.com, and you can too. From residential to commercial, industrial to agriculture, Newton Electric in Wausau has been serving Central Wisconsin since 1977. Give them a call or find them online at newtonelec.com. That's NEWTONELEC.com. From home projects, home repair, to sporting goods, rental services, and automotive, no matter your need, turn to Charlie's Hardware of Mosinee to get the job done. leave it to Charlie's Hardware, because you got work to do. And that was a segue I wasn't expecting, but Turner Trojans also have some work to do here late in the second quarter. 3:54 remaining off of the 3-yard touchdown run by Fondre that was set up by some excellent running by him all down the field on that last possession. Treve Stoffel has been absolutely fantastic here tonight, as well as this one squibbed. It is grabbed, and trying to redirect himself, he slips a little bit and falls to the ground around the 38-39 yard line.
Tackle on the play by number 18.
And so for the Trojans, trying to get some points on the board, if they're able to score at the end of this half and try and get the kickoff to start the second half and make it interesting from there.
At the 37.
Edgar up 14-8 over Loyal Greenwood. Only a 6-point lead for them as the 1 seed over the 8. But Edgar, a very defensively based team, as Turner taking it himself, but a flag down. Walenga initially picked up about 6 or 7, but there is a flag on the play. And it is a holding penalty.
On Turner.
And so, just a brutal penalty against him after what was a good run. And they'll call it one more time for posterity, as it will be all the way down now to the 27-ish yard line.
It was on the line of scrimmage. 10 yards. 10 yards.
And so you got 3, actually everyone out wide. Got 2 guys up top and 3 on the bottom of your screen. Dropping back, able to complete this one for the time being, but then it gets dropped. Incomplete to set up a 2nd and long. One of the first times in this game that either team has had their quarterback stand all alone back there. And they're trying to set up some blocking on either side for that dump off, but it's incomplete. Same formation here, this time with 3 guys up top. 3:37 remaining in the first half. Walenga will take it himself and is able to get near the original line of scrimmage. Still a 3rd and long, but a lot less long than it was. He'll set up about a 3rd and 11, looks like. There's a gain of 9 on 2nd and 20. The clock continues to run towards halftime here from Mosinee. And another similar formation, fully relying on the pass here late in the second quarter. Walenga surveys, he's under pressure. He's able to escape one, throws it to the middle of the field, and it will not get close. Intended for Gendley. And so it is 4th and 11, as it looks like they'll send the punting unit out once more. And so, and just all you can say is Mosinee dominant so far in this first half. This one sent away, good punt, as this one will bounce and able to get out of the way to allow for the ball to be downed around the 22-yard line. And so Mosinee taking over an opportunity to try and put more points on the board with 2:38 remaining in this half. TRW Auto Body Incorporated is your full-service auto body repair shop in Mosinee, Wisconsin area. Whether you've been in a little fender bender or a serious collision, your ASE and ICAR certified technicians are here to help. Our state-of-the-art facility has the equipment and staff needed to fix your vehicle. And Swilowski Trucking LLC is a family-owned and operated company with over 6 decades of experience in road construction and excavating. They offer a wide range of services including road construction, site cleaning, brush clearing, site preparation, parking lot construction, and driveway construction. That's Swilowski Trucking in Mosinee. And so first down here from Mosinee. They'll throw this one out, trying the hook and ladder play. The whistle's blown.
Stoppel's pass, complete to number 10, Mitchell Mickley.
And they are going to call it down where the initial receiver caught it. I believe it was Mickley that made the play. And they were trying that hook and ladder play that became popular in the last couple of seasons. As this one is thrown deep, wide open. He's got him! Mickley, he's got daylight. Touchdown, Mosinee with another deep touchdown. Stoffel with 4 touchdown throws in this game. And Mickley makes his mark late in the second quarter. 2:07 left. It only took 2 plays for Mosinee to get right back on the board. All over these Trojans in the first half. Another extra point attempt coming. Looked like about a 75-yard touchdown pass. 73-yard pass officially, thanks to the statisticians to my right. As this one is up and through. Or did he? No good, excuse me. And so 34-0 off the 73-yard touchdown pass to Mickley. For all of your tire and auto service needs, look to Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Great deals on tires that fit your needs is a sure thing to get back on the road. That's Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. And so, I'm sure this Mosinee team would have loved for that touchdown to come on that interesting hook and ladder play. Weren't quite able to make that happen. I didn't call it, but back in Minnesota, where I'm from, there was a state tournament that was won from a hook and ladder play a couple of years back. Unbelievable play. And when it works, it's a lot of fun. Almost got it that time, but he was down early. But then set up just as remarkable of a play with that nice long touchdown throw. And so Mosinee gets ready to kick this one away. 34-0 here on the Dahl Automotive scoreboard. It is 14-8 in favor of Edgar over Loyal Greenwood at halftime. Again, Loyal Greenwood trying to pull off that upset. As this one is squibbed, it's going to be returned here. Trying to cut up to the middle of the field. Breaking free here is Hurd. He's going to get well into Mosinee territory and eventually gets forced out to the Mosinee 35-yard line. The deepest into Mosinee territory that the Trojans have gotten all game long happens in the last 2 minutes of the half. And so they'll try and see if they can get at least a little bit of positivity here going into the halftime break. And look to Rodriguez, the 5'11 195-pound senior for the Trojans if you're just joining us. Although the clock is starting to wind down, we'll see if he's used. 2 timeouts remaining for the Trojans, so they have not a lot of field to go and plenty of time to work with, as this is going to be a toss. And getting stood up with a nice tackle that time by number 84, Braden McCodlow on the tackle. Nowhere that he was going that time, as it was a loss of 1 to set up a 2nd and 11, as they'll let the clock continue to run here. 1:30 to go. And they'll take some time to talk about it here. Not in much of a rush, as running back to the huddle is Walenga. They're trying to balance wanting to score while also not wanting to give the ball back to Mosinee. Again, they have those 2 timeouts at their disposal, so a minute, still plenty of time in this area of the field. But they'll have to continue to throw the ball and not rely on Rodriguez at all, or very much anyway, on this drive. Dropping back here, going deep with it, throwing into double coverage. It's out of bounds, so no interception on the play, but certainly a dangerous situation. And it looked like that was one of those plays where he was going there no matter what to try and set up a 50-50 ball, but it turns more into a 67-33 ball when you got 2 guys for Mosinee over there. 54 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. And the Trojans with the incomplete pass can take more time to talk about this next play. Four receivers out. Rodriguez in the backfield. Dropping back is Walenga. He'll throw this one. Caught and close to the line to gain. Flag goes down. And we'll see if this one is against Aiden Moore. He had his arms out. I'm not sure if that's why, and there is going to be a hold against the Trojans. And they, if I had to guess, they'll call it against Aiden Moore. He was looking to the refs with his hands up. And so after what would have been a play, potentially get the first down, just like that, they've got a 3rd and very long. And so we'll see what they try and do here. All the way to the 46-yard line. This time Rodriguez to his right. But the same formation other than that as play now resumes and the clock continues to run. Motion here for Hurd. Dropping back and just dumping this one off to Rodriguez. He gets nowhere. In fact, he loses a few yards.
Number 24.
And there was a Mosinee player that got blown up after the whistle was over, and that might be another penalty against Turner. Not sure who it was that came in on that one, but a late block. And they're going to call a penalty against Mosinee. So they called it against Mosinee. I thought it was on the block, but might have been earlier than I expected or thought it was. And so instead, they'll bring it all the way back to the 3rd and 9. And interestingly enough, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty does not, or no, now it does. It will give them a, or no, it gave them a 4th down. So unsportsmanlike conduct penalty did not give them the automatic first down, interestingly enough. So they've got a 4th and 9 here from the 34-yard line. 28 seconds left to go here in the first half. And ref talking here with Kyle Stoffel before heading back out to the play. And both teams standing there waiting for the snap. And now finally the whistle is blown to start play again. And able to get him on a hard count.
Flag on the play. Offside. Mosinee.
It will be an offside, and so a good hard count that time by the Trojans to set up a more manageable fourth down. And so still fourth down here. Another formation with two wideouts on either side of the line. Trying to get them again on that hard count. They're not moving this time. And they'll look now to the sideline. And can't imagine they're too far away from zero here, but able to get the play off. Throwing this one out deep, and it is knocked away. Treve Stoffel. Impact plays on both sides of the ball. It's a turnover on downs. With 21 seconds remaining in the half. Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. And so we'll see if Mosinee just wants to get this one to the half. Or if they'll try for one last miraculous play after they scored from just about this area of the field on the last possession. 73-yard touchdown pass to Micklig. And they will go for it, but get sacked. And they'll most likely run this down.
Sacked on the play, but number 7, Carter Atkinson.
And they'll head back to the huddle to talk things over as the clock stops. And now it will run. And it looks like they're going to let this one go to the locker room. And so a dominant first half for Mosinee as they get cheers from their home bench, or home bleachers, I should say, as we go to about a 15-minute long halftime break. And we'll bring you to some commercial messages. And when we come back, we'll talk about Mosinee and their dominance so far in this one and what Turner can do to get a little bit of positivity here in the second half. But we'll be back here on Zaleski Sports. Don't go away.
Need a little therapy? Bill's Service Center has been saving marriages and families since 1977. Forget testing your nerves. Test your next ride in a Polaris or Can-Am side-by-side or ATV. With nearly 100 units in stock, you'll find the perfect excuse to escape together. Because families that ride together, they actually have fun together. Bill's Service Center. Service is our name, tools and toys are our game.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep, and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Well, welcome back here to Mosinee. Has about 13 minutes remaining in this halftime break. And it is a dominant lead, 34-0 in favor of this Mosinee team. Sometimes it can be close between the 2 and the 7. And so I didn't really know what to expect going into this one, but just an absolutely dominant performance by this Mosinee team. So I'll take you through what's happened so far in this matchup, as it started with a touchdown pass. It was about 20 to 30 yard pass from Stoffel to Micklig. And Mitchell Micklig, the senior, has been great in this game. It was one of the 2 touchdown passes that he caught in this one. We'll talk about that one in just a second. And then about 7 more minutes passed before Mosinee got the ball back, and on their second straight possession scored a touchdown. That one was a 34-yard pass to Stepke. And those were the 2 in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, it was another 37-yard pass, this time to Ingram. And then a 3-yard touchdown run for the 4th touchdown from Carter Fondre, and the first time he was able to punch the ball in, but able to still make a huge impact getting the ball down the field, all of those possessions. And then eventually it was the big one, the 73-yard touchdown throw from Stoffel to Micklig. And so Micklig with over 100 yards now on the game and 2 touchdowns, including that deep one. And so it's going to be one of those where, assuming there isn't a miraculous comeback, it's going to be very difficult to figure out who I'm going to interview after this game, but we'll have to see who we got. But it's been a game that is very forgettable so far for the Turner Trojans. They're going into this one putting themselves into a very difficult situation on the road. On top of that, coming in from Beloit, Wisconsin, which is about 2.5 hours away. It was a long drive for them coming up here. It'll be a long drive coming back. But they have given it their all so far here tonight. It's just kind of the fact that it's been really exactly what Mosinee wanted out of this game. And this is kind of the point where we always take a look here at the keys to the game after the fact and see what ended up happening, because for Mosinee, their biggest important keys to the game for them was they wanted to stop Turner's read option, which they've done very good at so far here tonight, able to limit those big plays. They try to spread it out, or try to spread the ball out a lot throughout the course of this season, and that was the big one for Mosinee, and that's exactly what they did so far in this one, trying to find ways to get the ball to the outside and then cut it back up to the inside. And other than a few good runs from Alejandro Rodriguez, they just have been able to stonewall this team time after time. Stopping that run with a front 7 was the biggest thing for them, and that's exactly what they did, not giving up big plays in the secondary. The secondary has been fantastic the few times that the Trojans have tried to throw the ball in this game. And they also talked about picking up the blitz, and that's exactly what they did. And a lot of times, like we talked about earlier, if you can't pick up the blitz, or if you can pick up the blitz well, it sets up for those deep passes down the field. That's exactly what ended up happening. And on top of that, also able to take advantage of that through dumping the ball off and allowing these big, powerful running backs and speedy running backs to pick up those yards and have that wide open yardage in that way as well. And so again, 34-0 in favor of Mosinee. And we'll take this opportunity here to spread things around here to the other games going on here on Zaleski Sports. And we'll see if we can even maybe get a little bit of a update on some of the other matchups that are happening within this bracket as we take a look at that once more. We are in quadrant 3 in this first round. And the winner of this one will play the winner of Evansville and Shoreland Lutheran. And we'll see if we can find some updates to that one. And we also encourage you to tune in to Zaleski Sports on YouTube. But while we find some of those updates, we'll send things to a quick commercial break and be back here on Zaleski Sports.
Tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
This is my home. I've grown up here. My grandparents always took very, very good care of the house. They worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. You know it's a dirty job, a big job. When I went out there expecting chaos, and I just saw people on their hands and knees, like they literally picked up everything. Whether it was garbage they left or whether it was garbage that was there. It was a top-tier experience.
Take your education out of the classroom and give New Spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Still trying to get you an update on the important matchups within this bracket. And so we'll continue to look for that as the games go on. But again, Evansville, Shoreland Lutheran, the game that's important to watch within quadrant 3 of this bracket, as the winner of this one, most likely at this point, Mosinee, but crazier things have happened. We'll play the winner of that matchup. And so, about 5 minutes remaining here in the commercial break. So I'd like to thank a couple of the nice comments we've been getting so far on the stream. Larry Squires saying, thanks for broadcasting so many Zaleski Sports games, enjoying many games, switching between them on the live stream. Hey, that's what we're here for. Wish there was some sort of setting to allow for that multi-view like you get with Sunday NFL Ticket, but you can make your own, and you can make do with that. I mean, it's that point of the season here in October where I've been watching pretty much every sport all at once, and the other day I had 2 baseball games, a basketball game, and a hockey game all up at the exact same time. You can do it, and you can make it happen, so we appreciate you watching all these games on Zaleski Sports. And we'd like to thank everyone who's been tuning in so far here tonight as Mosinee continues to dominate in this one. And we'll also take a look here at some of the other games going on Zaleski Sports. These ones not necessarily pertaining to this bracket, but still some good games going on. Stratford leading Richland Center 27-3. They are definitely handing it to them early on, or not early on, halfway through exactly that game. Bondul over St. Mary Catholic so far, 28-14. That one's already 8:37 remaining in the third quarter. They're running all over St. Mary Catholic right now as the 3 versus the 6 matchup there. Edgar and Loyal Greenwood, that's one we're continuing to watch here, 14-8 as Edgar, the 1 seed going into that matchup. And they're just one of those teams where they're undefeated so far this season, but every game they're in is so close because their defense plays so well that they can keep those close games. 14-8 feels a lot different when they're the team on defense, and so we'll continue to watch that game and keep an eye on it. But so far they've been playing some really good fundamental football just like all season long. Amherst over Lancaster, that's the 2 versus 7 matchup, 22-7 on Zaleski Sports from that very nice facility in Amherst. The 4 versus the 5 matchup, as we take a look here, Brookfield East, a tight one as you'd expect between a 4 and a 5. They're up 13-6 over DC Everest, as the marching band's on the field for halftime in that matchup. Kaukauna at Rice Lake right now. Rice Lake kneeling the ball down. They have achieved the victory, the 2 over the 7, as they defeat Kaukauna 30-20 in that matchup. And so those are the games going on here on Zaleski Sports tonight. And we'd like to thank you once more for tuning in. And another reminder that we've got a lot of sports happening right now. Soccer playoffs will be happening this weekend. I'll be in Amherst covering one of those games. But that will be a recorded game, so make sure you watch that when that comes out on Zaleski Sports. And then we've also got plenty of volleyball action. Had some playoff games this week and expected to see more next week as well. Wish that I could preview more for us, but as we get into this season where we're not quite sure what games are happening until the end of the week. And so when that schedule comes out, keep an eye on who's going to be playing and where. And hopefully I'm on the call for a couple of those next week. It should be some great action, as heading back onto the field is Mosinee as we get ready for the second half. Start a job making the money you need with flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, and with full-time benefits that start on day 1. Learn more at foundationfinance.com. And Zaleski Sports is also brought to you by Express Employment. Get help finding your next career at Express Employment Professionals with locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. Learn more at expresspros.com. That's expresspros.com. And not too cold and not too hot. Turn to Four Seasons Heating and Cooling in Croninwitter for all of your AC and heating needs. Commercial or residential, for new units or repair, call Four Seasons Heating and Cooling in Croninwitter. Zaleski Sports also brought to you by Back's Family Chiropractic. Back's Family Chiropractic in Rothschild provides personalized chiropractic care no matter what issue your body is battling, from migraines and anxiety to stress or a wide variety of youth issues. Let Bacchus Family Chiropractic give your back the life you deserve. Not late enough in the game for me to be flubbing like that. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind with roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. And there's my redemption there. The first time I read that read, I messed up unscrupulous, and I have not messed it up since. And I intend to keep it that way, as we've got about 3 more minutes of warm-ups here from Mosinee. And so we'll take a look here at the rest of the bracket in Division 4. The rest of the teams on this side of the bracket, Brown Deer going up against Columbus here tonight, and then Waupun going up against Delavan Darien in Quadrant 3. For Quadrant 4, it's St. Catharines versus St. Francis, Edgerton versus Lake Mills, Berlin versus West Salem, and then Ripon versus Little Chute. Quadrant 2, we got Freedom versus Kettle Moraine Lutheran, Wrightsville versus Oconto Falls, Altoona versus Seymour, and North versus Winneconne. And then Quadrant 1, we've got Baldwin Woodville versus Ashland, Platteville versus Lodi, Osceola versus Ellsworth, and Aquinas versus Amory. And I do that to give you kind of a glimpse of some of the other teams in this bracket, but also to quiz myself a little bit on these Wisconsin city names. I'm a Minnesota guy, born and raised, moved here just about a year ago, and so every day I come up across a new city where I kind of have to tilt my head and be like, how do I say this? And so I hope I said all those correctly, but continue to keep an eye on some of these games. And we should have some good ones throughout the course of this tournament, as we now have both teams huddling together to talk about this second half. As we see Stoffel warming up here on the sideline. And he has been absolutely phenomenal so far in this game. 4 touchdowns. All of those being more than 20-yard touchdown throws. And one of them being a 73-yard touchdown. That was the last one before the half. And so heading into this second half and just trying to salt this one away on every possession. They've been running the ball well enough to do just that. And so it'll be kind of all about staying smart, not trying to do too much, up by a lot, and just trying to make sure no one goes down in this second half. And so the kickoff just a few moments away here on Zaleski Sports. Again, we'd like to thank all of you for tuning in. We'd also like to thank Culligan Water, who specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. And so out comes this Trojan team. They are feeling down and out right now, but they have to find a way to just find the positives in this second half. Continue to learn, continue to grow, and just remember this is a very good team they've faced so far here tonight.
Start the second half. Gus Miller on the kickoff. Back deep for the Trojans. Smith. And Eric.
And so Mosinee to kick the ball off. Ready or not, here we go for the second half of action here on Zaleski Sports. Returned here to the outside by Tucker as he is able to get to right around the 30-yard line, and looked like there was a fumble on the play. Looked like they recovered it, but there was a flag also on the field.
There are flags on the play.
And we'll wait here for the signal.
How much was the return? 19 to the 40, 21.
And if it stands, it's a 21-yard return for Peyton Tucker. And it was holding by the receiving team, as it often is for a kickoff. And so Turner, thinking they got a nicer return there, is going to find the ball all the way back within the 25. And so, ball at the 28-yard line, or excuse me, the 23-yard line for the Trojans, as they will hand this one off. Able to break one here and trying to get away. Not quite the speed to get past that tackler, but Alejandro Rodriguez with about a 30 to 40-yard run on that play. Looks like he got to about the 44-yard line, immediately into Mosinee territory, and Rodriguez has broken a couple so far in this one, but Trojans trying to capitalize on it for the first time here on this drive. And so lining up here with an I formation. Or excuse me. You see Walenga in the middle there with Spencer blocking here now for his teammate Smith, as he is able to pick up a good gain there of about 8 on first down. And again, this Trojans team is just trying to find some consistency running the football, because they have just not been able to get that consistency. They've had those break-off runs by Rodriguez, but it's just those break-off runs are then immediately met by a loss of 3 or 4 on the next play, or at least a stonewall at the line, and got to find ways to stay consistent on the offensive side of the ball. Throwing this one across midfield, and it's low. Intended that time for Bray Hurd.
Hurd falls incomplete. Coverage on the play, number 17, Jared Seeger.
And so that'll set up a 3rd and 2. Certainly worth a shot there for the Trojans that time in a manageable situation, and especially where they were on the field, trying to throw this one off obviously more often in this second half. So they've got Smith to the left now of Walenga. You see Avon Martin on the near side, and said it'll be handed off, and a loss of a 1 or 2 on 3rd down.
Tackle on the play, number 9, Carter Fondre.
And Carter Fondre
Loss of 2.
making his mark on the defensive side of the ball as well. He's been running the ball fantastically for them, and one of those two-way players that both of these two teams boast. Fondre, a senior. This is a very well-experienced team. Plenty of seniors across the board, and a lot of their impact players seniors. The 4th and 4 here, now under 10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Once again, Martin on the near side, and a flag thrown. And did the Trojans get Mosinee to jump? And they did. And that'll be a first down here for the Trojans. And so got them on the hard count at the end of the first half, and able to get them to jump again here to start the second. And as we're continuing to feel the weather turn from fall to almost feeling like winter weather here, 37 degrees. And thankfully the wind not too biting down there, and thankfully no precipitation, as this one to the left side, able to muscle past a few defenders for a gain of about 4 or 5 on that play for Alejandro Rodriguez.
Play, number 9, Carter Fondre. Gain of 5.
And so, second and manageable here, or second and medium, I should say, for the Trojans.
From the 29.
$8:56 here to go in the 3rd. Throwing this one incomplete, intended for Carter Atkinson. And so a 3rd down and medium.
Play by Alex Skepti.
And so we'll see here what the Trojans decide to do. Obviously at this stage, this area of the field and the game situation, it's always 4 down territory for them at this point. And so we'll see if they try to go deep on one and then go for it on 4th, or what they decide to do here. We'll see one receiver up top and one down below on your side of the screen, and they got him to jump again. Offside. And it will be a 5-yard penalty, and it was about actually closer to a 3rd and 6, and so it'll be a 4th and 1, but a lot more manageable of a play now. And so, tight formation here on the 3rd and 1. And a whistle will be blown as Mosinee will take a timeout here. And so we will take a timeout with them and be back here in just a few moments on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolet Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $20 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicoletbank.com. Nicolet Bank, real people, real conversations.
Welcome back here on Zaleski Sports. Timeout taken by Mosinee on 3rd and 1. Stevens Point Orthopedics is proud to provide complimentary sports physicals to Central Wisconsin athletes this summer. Call 715-344-0701 to schedule your appointment. That's 715-344-0701. And so lining up here for a 3rd and 1. Mosinee's won these battles throughout the course of this game. Can the Trojans pick up a big first down, try and get their first points of the game eventually on this drive? And they will hand this one off, muscling forward for a first down. That time is Tyler. Or excuse me, that is Carter Atkinson, number 7, on the run.
Result of the play makes it first
and a big first down for them, trying to get some confidence here and get some consistency going. And a big part of that on this drive has been getting Mosinee to take some or make some unnecessary mistakes. Uncharacteristic mistakes is what I'm trying to say. First down, fumble. It's on the ground. Who's got it? And almost looks like they whistled again before they were sure who had it. And they're going to give it to the Trojans. I can't help but say again, I think the ball was still free when that whistle was blown. And so the Trojans get another break here to set up a 2nd and 9. And then a whistle will be, or a flag will be thrown, and it looks like they're going to call something against Mosinee's bench. And the white hat referee trying to push them or telling them to stay off the field, it looks like, based on what I saw.
Sideline warning on the Indians.
And so it's sideline warning, so it doesn't look like they're going to call any yardage against them on that. But it'll be a 2nd and 9 here for the Trojans. And so they got kind of a T formation going here as they'll hand this one off. Getting stopped eventually, but able to pick up a few yards there. Looks like it might have been Stoffel, and it is Treve Stoffel making that stop. And so it looks like a 3rd and 7 here, as a whistle will be blown, and heading off the field, clutching his wrists there, looks like, is Owen McKinney. And he will head off the field gingerly as Malenga heads back out after getting battle orders, and we'll hope that McKinney is okay. He's a senior for the Trojans team. We've heard his name on some big tackles in this one so far. Again, 3rd and 7 here. Same tight formation. And handing this one off and able to move the pile pretty close there to that line to gain. Should be about a 4th and 1. And maybe 1.5, I should say, on that one. 7 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. as this Turner team continues to move the ball better than they have been so far in this game, but fourth down here. And it's a long 1 yard, a short 2 yards. And so it makes things a little more difficult when you're trying to run the football. That half yard makes all the difference in the world in this kind of a situation. Taking their time getting to the line here. And the power tee set up here for the Trojans as a whistle will be blown. And a timeout will be called here for Turner. And a big fourth down. They're trying to get their first points on the board here, and they got to pick up a first down to do it, so they'll talk things over. Nicollet Bank offers personal banking at its best. They got locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. And you can learn more at nicolletbank.com. Lifestyle Tax and Accounting LLC is a family-owned business serving the Mosinee and central Wisconsin area. They provide dependable, accurate, and affordable tax preparation and accounting for all of your needs. We check in again with a few of these matchups. A close 4 versus 5 matchup between Brookfield East and DC Everest, still locked at 13-6. That score has not changed in a while in a very defensively heavy matchup. Edgar still up 14-8 over Loyal Greenwood. They gave up those 8 points early on in the matchup and have not relinquished it since then. As we see, they're playing that field position battle. Every time I go onto that stream, they're up still by 6, but they've got Loyal Greenwood backed up at about the 10-yard line every single time. And so they are playing that smart run-based game. Amherst leading 29-7 now over Lancaster, as that's 2 minutes left in the third quarter there. And taking this one forward for the first down. And a whistle or a flag will be thrown, and it looks like they're going to call that one against Turner the way they're reacting. Saw multiple Trojans throw up their hands as they're continuing to talk about it here. And that would just be a devastating penalty against them if this is the case. And it will be a personal foul call against the Trojans. And it's a personal foul. Are they going to call it a personal foul after the play? Because if that's the case, they'll stay with a first down. And it looks like it'll be an extremely long first and goal. And so they'll call the unsportsmanlike conduct after the first down was picked up. And now they're going to continue to talk about it here. And I bet in that huddle, they're probably reminding each other that today's game is brought to you by Lee's Piggly Wiggly and Mosinee Family Chiropractic. Thank you to these wonderful local Mosinee favorites for bringing us today's game. And I wonder if they're talking about whether or not the personal foul happened before or after the play was over. That's the only thing I can think about that they could be talking about for this long. And the ref finally going over to indicate. And it looks like they are going to continue with play where they had it. And so not sure what that conversation was about. .6:15 remaining here in the third quarter. First and goal, but from very far away here for the Trojans. Throwing this one, caught on the near side by Hurd, and he is able to make one move and pushed out of bounds and picks up a lot of those yards to set up a second and goal from about the 9-yard line. So big play there for Hurd to be able to kind of take away that penalty. With the ball back where they would have been on first and goal, and now it's second and goal, but you definitely will take that if you're the Trojans. And so Walenga relaying his orders, trying to get in the end zone for the first time tonight. Once again, C. Rodriguez back there for the Trojans, as it will be handed off to him. He tries to cut it up and will get stopped before he gets close. It'll be, looks like right around the 6-yard line. Tough to tell at this point from my vantage point.
Gain of 3 makes it 3rd and goal from the 6.
And it's the 6-yard line here on a 3rd and goal. .5:30 remaining here in the 3rd. And handing it off once more to Rodriguez. He will not get there. In fact, he doesn't get to the line of scrimmage. And once again, Mosinee trying to deny Turner of their first points in this game. They are hungry for a shutout here in the first round.
Makes it 4th and goal from the 7.
And as they continue to talk about it on a big 4th and goal, Loyal Greenwood currently driving against Edgar. 7 minutes remaining in that game. Trying to pull off what would have been probably the most unexpected upset that I would have even thought of the games here on Zaleski anyway.
Flag on the play.
And there's a flag, delay of game on Turner, as they hadn't even gotten to the line yet. And that's a big difference between the 6-yard line, or excuse me, that was at the 7, so now to the 12-yard line on 4th and goal. And Trojans with a couple big penalties that have just killed them. And so we see Walenga line up with Rodriguez to his left. Hurd on the bottom of your screen. Dropping back here, surveying, getting this one to the back of the end zone, incomplete, intended for Peyton Tucker. Another turnover on downs for Mosinee as they once again deny the Trojans, this time on their best opportunity of the game. Swetlowski Trucking is a family-owned and operated company with over 6 decades of experience in road construction and excavating. They're offering construction, site clearing, brush clearing, site preparation, parking lot construction, and driveway construction. That's Swetlowski Trucking in Mosinee. And so 4:19 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Mosinee will start to try and salt this one away. They still have Stoffel in at QB right now, as this one will be handed off for a gain of about 3 on first down.
Tackle on the play, number 66, Aiden Moore.
And so it'll be more of the same for Mosinee throughout the remainder of this one. Second and 7, under 4 to go now in the 3rd. Throwing this one to the near side of the field. It will be caught, and getting close to the line to gain past it for the first down is Balgord.
Number 13, Carson Bogard. Tackle on the play by number 2, Ryan Thomas. There is a flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play, however, that I did not see. And we'll see what the call is here. It was way in the backfield, and it is a penalty against the Trojans.
Flag is personal foul.
And they are going to walk this off, looks like, after the first down yardage. Must have been personal foul of some kind.
Makes it 1st and 10.
And so not only the first down after the 11-yard catch, but now they'll get all the way to the 41-yard line after only one first down so far on this drive. On 1st and 10, there's motion. And taking it himself is Treve Stoffel for the first down and more, all the way in to Turner territory.
Tackle on the play by number 18, Peyton Tucker.
If you're,
The play makes it 1st and 10. Mosinee.
if you're not watching any of the other games on Zaleski Sports, a brutal fumble for Loyal Greenwood, the 8 seed trying to pull off the upset all the way to the 30-yard line of Edgar, fumbles the ball, and Edgar now with an opportunity to salt the game away. That was looking pretty scary for the 1-seeded Edgar team, as Stoffel under pressure here, able to work out of it, throwing this one to the sideline. Toe tap, did he get it in? And it was caught. Unbelievable toe tap play by Balgord. Carson Balgord, the senior wide receiver, 6'1", 154 Mosinee, and he's made 2 good catches so far here, with that one being very impressive on both sides, from Stoffel to be able to even get out of that pressure to begin with, throwing it on an absolute dot to the sideline and then caught by Balgord, keeping his feet in bounds. And so first down with 2:39 remaining in the third. And taking it himself is Stoffel once more. He's able to work his way past a couple of different defenders and make his way towards the line to gain. Looks like he got it. Moving the chains once again.
Result of the play makes it 1st and goal from the 7.
Mosinee threatening once again. Up 5 possessions, trying to make it 6 from the 11-yard line. Excuse me, that is the 9-yard line. And taking it himself, diving for the end zone, and a touchdown.
7-yard touchdown run.
And that is Carter Fondry for his 2nd touchdown run of the night. Here in the third quarter, with 1:53 remaining in this quarter. Seven-yard run makes it 40-0 with the extra point coming. And this Mosinee team not only looking for the victory here tonight, but they're going to come off of it with a lot of momentum against whoever it is they play in this next round. And it looks like the extra point is good, 41-0. Again, the winner of this one playing the winner of Evansville, Shoreland Lutheran, and trying to figure out some updates for that one. See who is on top there.
ESPN Ocho update. Overnight.
And so we'll see. We'll continue to look and see if we can get that for you. But either way, this Mosinee team well on their way to picking up a big victory. And they're trying to get
And tomorrow morning at 3:07 a.m.
a shutout here tonight.
Electrician National Championship.
273 yards passing in this game for Stoffel so far, as Mosinee getting ready to kick this one away.
Corgi race.
Mutual of Wausau Insurance is protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1975. Visit Mutual of Wausau to find an agent near you. And for 90 years, Valley Communities Credit Union has been part of your hometown team. They are local, trusted, and strong. Valley Communities Credit Union, where community comes first, federally insured by NCUA.
On 18.
And this one will be returned. Still going here, able to break free towards midfield, putting on the Jets for more, and out of bounds right around the 35-yard line. And that is Keon Smith with the return. And some good field position here for the Trojans, and they're trying to do everything they can to stop this shutout from happening. For a lot of these seniors, trying to put a good note on their high school careers. And again, team battling hard despite the outcome of this one, coming all the way from Beloit, Wisconsin. And that is about 2.5 hours south of here, all the way down near Madison. And they've got a 1st and 10 at the 37, 38 yard line. Looks like the 37 on the scoreboard. So Turner getting as close as they have all game long to the end zone in that last drive. Had a 4th and 7, or 4th and goal from the 7, I should say. Unable to cash in. Handing this one off, taking it to the near side is Smith, and he bounces off of one defender. He's still going, and he gets close to the line to gain.
Knocked down on the play, number 3, Stoffel.
And coming off of the return, same player in Smith with a nice run to set up a 2nd and I think about 1.
The end of the 3rd quarter.
And that will do it here for the 3rd quarter, as it is a 41-0 lead here for Mosinee. We'll take a break and be back here on Zaleski Sports.
I got referred to the orthodontist, and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here, and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Ruth Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free
consult. It just makes sense. Mittens carries higher quality furniture from all of your favorite brands because we want you to be proud of your space.
It just makes sense. Mittens carries all of your favorite appliance brands so we can save you money on the products you trust.
It just makes sense that Mittens services what we sell because we want your home to be comfortable and run smoothly.
It just makes sense. Central Wisconsin has shopped at Mittens since 1938 because we have it all.
Well, welcome back. Mosinee rushing to the line to start this 4th quarter.
Start of the 4th quarter.
As we have a unprecedented score update here on Zaleski Sports. Number 8 seeded Loyal Greenwood has tied up the game 14-14 against Edgar in a miraculous turn of events here. And we'll see what happens at the end of the game. But head back to this one here as a run trying to get to that line to gain, and he ended up right around the line of scrimmage as these Trojans trying to find a way to punch it in. And it'll be a third and short for the Trojans.
There is a flag on the play.
There's a flag down. And could be another brutal one if it's on the Trojans. And they are walking it back. Another personal foul against the Trojans. We've seen more personal fouls than holding against them so far in this game. And that brings it all the way back to the 44-yard line. Trojans beating themselves as much as Mosinee has been throughout this second half especially, with 11 minutes left and the clock continuing to tick with the score being as it is. And so they'll head out to the line here on a third, and it's like 17 to go. Throwing this one deep, and it is caught. All the way down inside the 20-yard line. It's caught this time by Peyton Tucker.
The number 18, Peyton Tucker.
The 6'3" junior wide receiver for the Trojans comes up big with a deep catch and keeping the Trojans in play here for their first points of the game.
By Aiden Larilla and Mason Olsen.
18.
Just as I update you on that score, Edgar scores on a 60-yard touchdown pass. And they are back on top with 40 seconds left to go. And so for the time being, upset might not be in order after all from Edgar, as this one finding someone or trying to find someone. Instead, he'll take it himself all the way. Can he make it to the end zone? And he can for the touchdown. First points of the game from Jackson Wolenga. Trojans get on the board. And so some positivity for this Trojans team that's been fighting hard for points all game long. They finally get into the end zone here at the beginning of the third quarter, or excuse me, the fourth quarter, as the clock does still continue to run. And so they will look to kick this extra point, it looks like. Has a whistle blown and a referee's timeout. And it's a clock change here. 9:10 will be put back out onto the clock, as the running clock rule does not include after touchdowns. And especially in the playoffs, you don't see these running clocks very often. It feels like there's a new rule every day for those kinds of things. And I'm also, as I'm going along here, learning more interesting rules that are different between Wisconsin and Minnesota high school sports. And so we can continue along here with the extra point kick up and good.
The extra point is good.
And so 41-7 now, as the Trojans get a little bit of positivity in the late stages of this game. And so we will take a break and be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Littlest thing of walking or just being able to get around the community or walk to the grocery store or walk around the grocery store is just something little, but that is such an impactful thing, I think, to the patient to say, okay, well, I have 5 other things, but you were able to just help me with one of them. And I think that is gratifying for me personally, just to help even one small aspect of their life.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that looked for my best interest. And he said, we're gonna get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff, because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports with 9:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. As the Trojans able to get points on the board here in what could be one of their last possessions of their season. And falling on top of this one off the squib, they were trying to go for an onside kick there, but it is returned, or excuse me, fallen onto by Mosinee. 45-yard line of Mosinee as they head back out on offense. And we'll see here if they are going to come out with some new faces. As we do see Carter Fandry and Alex Stepke over there on the bench. And Mosinee huddling up to talk things over here. Again, 8:20 and ticking now as the running clock continues. And not sure exactly what they're waiting on here on the sideline. And they're just going to continue to let the clock run here. And they're eventually going to, looks like they were taking time to get, and they're going to take a timeout here. They're looking to get a new player in to the game. As number 65 for Mosinee. And so they take that timeout as we continue to take a look here at the Edgar and Loyal Greenwood game. 29 seconds remaining as Edgar has gotten possession back. And that will do it from that one as Edgar breathes a sigh of relief. That one was tied at 14 in the last minute of play. And that was the 1 versus 8 game in that division. And now Mosinee heads back out onto the field. Bondul defeats St. Mary Catholic, the 3 versus the 6, 49-21. That was a dominant win. As Stratford is winning 41-3 right now against Richland Center. As Mosinee heads back out there with 7:49 left to go in the game. And losing this football, falling on top of it. And so not the best first play of the drive. As we see Fulton Zagata onto the field, a sophomore quarterback for Mosinee. Amherst winning 42-14 with 6 minutes left in that game on Zaleski. As Mosinee gets ready for their next play, 7:15 now to go, and Brookfield East up right now 19-6 over DC Everest. That was the 4 versus 5 matchup. And taking this one, a throw to the outside, a gain of about 3 on the play.
Zagata's pass, complete to number 12, Aiden Larilla.
So that will set up a 3rd and long from the 38-yard line.
How many yards for the pass?
Mason Olson heading into the game here for Mosinee. And so looking to get some motion here, and they will run this one to the near side. No gain there, as that will be Kirsten on that run. Set up a 4th down here with 6 to go in the game.
4th and 16 for the Indians.
And we'll see what happens here, assuming there will be punt.
What are they doing that second round? You guys did the lower seed have to travel?
As it's going to be, it looks like Caden Tyler back to receive this one. And they're actually going to go for it here on fourth down, fall on top of it, and it's a turnover on downs here for the Turner Trojans. And so with about 5 minutes left in this matchup, we'd like to remind you to stay tuned for the post-game interview on Zaleski Sports. And pretty safe to say that it will be a discussion between me, head coach Kyle Stoffel, and starting quarterback Treve Stoffel after his 4 touchdown throws, including that 73-yard dot in this game. And we'll be talking about this game, looking forward to the next one as they move on to the second round of these playoffs.
You'll enjoy it. Name's Lars.
First down here from the Mosinee 37. Taking this one to the far side of the field, racing for the first down and trying to pick up more, able to bring it all the way within the 15-yard line is Alejandro Rodriguez. And these Trojans trying to put a punctuation mark at the end of their season, especially for these seniors. 3:50 and counting left to go in the game. And so one receiver on either side of the line, actually 2 on the bottom of your screen, as taking this one to the near side of the field now, able to get close to the goal line here.
Rodriguez on the carry.
As Rodriguez is once again able to pick up some good yardage. First and goal now. There is a flag on the field, and it is holding against the Trojans. Absolutely brutal, as they had potentially a first and goal, the opportunity to get this one in the end zone one last time. They still can do that, but all of a sudden it's now first and actually set up a second down.
No gains, right? No play.
And there is a timeout now taken by the Trojans. Excuse me, I got kind of messed up there on where the ball was being walked back to. But the ball will now be at the 25-yard line. So again, we'll do one more summary on what's happened so far in this game. Start out in the first quarter with a Stoffel touchdown to Miklig. That was about a 30-yard touchdown pass there. And then 34-yard touchdown pass to, that was Stepke in the first quarter. And in the second quarter, it was Stoffel once again, 37 yards to Ingram on that play for a 73-yard touchdown pass. Once again to Miklig. There was a touchdown run as well by Fondry between that, and then Fondry with another touchdown in the third quarter. There was a touchdown for the Trojans as well in order to get on the board for the first time in this game. And so the Trojans back out to the line here on a 1st and 20. Dropping back here is Walenga. He will get past pressure, throwing this one deep, and it is incomplete as it's dropped there by Rodriguez.
Willingus pass intended for Rodriguez falls incomplete.
He was wide open. In fact, there was 2 wide open players on that side of the field. Not quite able to make the catch.
It's going. Relax, everybody. For the love of God, relax.
And the clock continues to run here under 3 minutes. Now you got a second down now, and once again around the 20-yard line, 25 actually. And Wallinga all by himself in the backfield. Drops back, deep throw, and it is incomplete again. That time broken up nicely by number 77, Brady Black, on the play. He was able to get a hand on it. There is a flag down.
Keep it running.
And so it will be, looks like another holding call.
Legal motion, Turner, 5-yard penalty.
Illegal motion that time.
11 penalties on Turner. 29.
140 and ticking. And rolling out to his right, and eventually trying to find someone open. He is close to the line of scrimmage. It is incomplete.
Ball's incomplete.
And that was another brutal one, as, first of all, I'm not entirely sure how close he would have been to the line of scrimmage there, but then the ball falls incomplete. And just some really rough breaks that we've seen for this Turner team all throughout the course of this one. Just every step of the way trying to get some positive momentum, and it just feels like holding calls, unsportsmanlike conduct calls, all of those things have been really playing against him, on top of some fundamental mistakes as well. And 38 seconds left, and ticking might be the last play of the game here, as this one will be thrown to the near side, caught here by Rodriguez as he is able to get to about the 20-yard line and tackled. And a whistle is blown as a timeout will be taken by the Trojans. And this Mosinee team is excited. They're seeing a lot of their younger talent making plays out there on the field, and on top of that, they're well on their way to the second round. And they'll play either Evansville or Shoreland Lutheran. And so, taking this final timeout, Trojans, all the best to their seniors as they play their final games of the season and of their high school career. And this Trojans team put up a good season this year, just fell into just an absolute giant of a team. But nothing to hang their heads about after a good season they've had. And just couldn't quite put it together here tonight, as we'll see a fourth down play, and then after that, potentially the last play of the night, unless they can pick this up.
281 pass, 281.
All by himself once again is Wallinga. He drops back, has some time, escapes one defender, throws it across his body, and it's incomplete.
Wallinga's pass. Intended for number 9.
And so the clock will run. No change of possession here. And that will do it here from Mosinee. Mosinee moves on to the second round after a 41-7 victory here from Central Wisconsin. And we will be right back after this break for the post-game interview brought to you by Merrill Steel. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest and apply at merrillsteel.com.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our three facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Not upset. Okay? You gotta understand so much. Talk about you.
off the kicker, Gus Miller. Come on. Second team feedback. And
Can I get you and Treve, please?
yeah. Treve. Gorilla. You going to the middle or where?
Oh yeah, we'll go middle.
Thank you. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's why I want you guys to get warmed up right away. Yeah.
All right. We'll get going probably right away here.
You going first?
All right, off and running here, and it's definitely football weather here tonight in Mosinee, Wisconsin. And I am joined here, of course, with head coach Kyle Stoffel, excuse me. I knew I'd do that. And Treve Stoffel. And first, I'll actually start with you, Coach. We got different formation here. But first, Coach, when it comes to the term never a doubt, that's really how it felt here tonight. And you're coming into a sport where nothing is ever 100%. I mean, Edgar almost lost tonight, if that's crazy to hear.
Yeah.
So really, any given Friday, anything can happen. And so when you made this team come out here tonight and just deliver a performance where it felt like there was never a doubt, what does that say about the preparation that this team had so far this week?
Well, I guess it just means that they're listening. You know what I mean? It's, you can be confident all you want, and yeah, you're the 2 seed, they're the 7 seed, but that means nothing. I mean, we knew nothing about them. You know what I mean? I don't know the type of conference they're in. I don't know the type of teams they've been playing. I know they look like they got some athletes, they got some big guys, so it's just, you preach like, hey, be confident, but we got to make sure we're doing our thing so that we can go out there and get it done.
Well, thank you very much, Coach, and I'll head things over to Treve here. Amazing performance from you tonight, 4 touchdowns and just commanding the offense in a perfect way. And when your head coach was talking about you throughout the course of this week, he really talked about the team rallying behind you, rallying around this message that you are a team to be reckoned with. Talk about your team as a whole and what makes you so dangerous going into this second round.
All of our athletes are so dynamic. They can't scout for one of us because we got so many. And up front, we're flying off the ball, we're moving guys, and it's making our jobs as athletes a lot better, a lot easier.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. I'll have you do one more thing for me. I'll walk away, give you a 3, 2, 1. You know what to do. All right.
I'm Treve Stoffel, and I'm in the house.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.